WeebOfWeebs here with part 1 to What If Naruto had a mixed bloodline. Yes, this is what it's gonna be called. What if Naruto had a mixed bloodline? So this what if is basically Naruto having a mixed Kekkei Genkai mix between the adamantium chains from the Uzumakis and the wood style from the Senjus or Hashirama. And I already have some things planned to basically differentiate this from canon. And I'm gonna say it's a big plot twist. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it's a bitter big plot twist. So yeah, let's start. So a lot of things are going to be like switched or changed in this what if, and I mean a lot. I have some things planned for the future, but whew, this is going to be good. I already see it in my mind. Everything's playing off. This feels amazing. The anticipation. So yeah, let's start. Kushina will again be a Uzumaki. This time, Minato will still be known as Namikaze. Yes, but his great grandfather, I think, is going to be Tobirama Sanju. Yes, Tobirama, and this is gonna play a pretty big part in the future. Maybe in the couple of minutes, maybe like 10-15 minutes after this or something, I don't know. But this is going to play a pretty big part, and Danzo knows that Minato is Tobirama's great grandfather, Tobirama's great grandson. Yeah. So we go into a little bit of a flashback when just right before Tobirama dies. You know, Hiruzen gets appointed as the third Hokage, but just before everyone leaves, Tobirama grabs Danzo's arm and says, "Danzo, take care of my family." Sensei, you have a family? Yes, Danzo. I didn't want to tell it to anyone because they might use them. Not even Hashirama knows this. Their place or their home is at a deep part in the forest. So yeah, I'm gonna say that Tobirama said some kind of deep part in the forest, and Tobirama after that says, "Please take care of them. Take care of them in the shadows." So yeah, flashback end, and Tobirama still dies. And Tobirama or Minato Namikaze Senju is not going to be Danzo is not going to help Minato because Danzo knows that Minato is powerful because, well, he's the Yellow Flash. But Naruto, on the other hand, yeah, let's just start. So basically, the same thing will happen when Toby the Masked Man attacked Naruto, and yeah, everything will go as in canon when the Kushina gets extracted, the Ninetales gets extracted from Kushina. Minato flying Rajining and Rasenganing. Toby's back because that's the biggest thing in the world. Ooh, yeah, whatever. And Naruto will still get half of the Ninetales, but it's the good side or the yin half of the Ninetales. So Naruto's Kurama is good in quotation marks, but he still hates humans in a sense. But Kurama knows that Naruto isn't a part of this because he was still just born an hour ago. What the fuck? So yeah, with that out of the way, yeah, Naruto gets or still becomes the Jinchuriki of the Ninetales. But a lot of things are going to change in this what if. So yeah, we time skip to about 2 years later. So Naruto is 2 now. Now you may be wondering why don't we time skip to 4 years old, because that's the this thing. Naruto at the age of 2 will start to walk basically like a normal person or a 12-year-old. Just like normal walking. Kind of like that. As a 2-year-old. So basically take a baby. So basically walk and just imagine that you're a baby. That's basically what it is. So Naruto will be walking at the age of 2. And Naruto again will have the adamantium chains just to clear that up, and wood style, but they're not separated. It's like a combined Keiki Genkai. It's kind of like Todoroki's half hot, half cold quirk, but instead of like having half, just have a combination one. So yeah, at the age of 2, Naruto can walk, and one particular day, Naruto stumbles upon the like kid library, or basically a way, or the library where kids or babies can learn the language. In this one, English, because I don't really think Japanese is the main language in Naruto dub, because yeah, Naruto comes across the library, and he just climbs up a chair, and Naruto comes across, while he is like climbing on the table, a book about the language, and Naruto reads this. He opens the book and starts just reading it, because in this one, Naruto is going to be kind of like Minato in every way, not like the looks, but Minato's personality. The calm, collective, and basically that's what Naruto's personality is. But he will still be like a knuckle-headed ninja from time to time. But he's a mixture between Naruto canon and Minato canon. Yeah, just mix that between the two. So yeah, Naruto just spends the whole day there reading the book, and he does finish the book, and he knows the language, or English now. I'm gonna say he spends like 6 hours there to basically finish the book, because it's not really that big of a book, because what kind of book will take like a day to learn, or whatever. So yeah, Naruto learns the whole language, or basically how to speak, in 6 hours. So after that 6 hours, there's a like note, or a notice on the back of the book, or the end of the book, that says that get a dictionary to learn more words. Naruto says in his head, what's a dictionary? I will try to find it later. So yeah, Naruto just looks around the library and tries to find the dictionary, air quotes. He takes him about 2 minutes to find the dictionary, and when he does, he just tries to like slide it off the shelf, and he does, but he makes a mistake, and he makes a mistake by standing in front of the book, and he put a little bit excess force, and basically the book gets pushed into Naruto, and the Naruto gets pushed back and basically falls to the ground. Good thing that the book is kind of like acted as a like cushion for Naruto to not get hit in the head and possibly die, or hit in the like buttocks to basically MS pain. So Naruto just doesn't mind this, because he didn't feel that much pain, and Naruto just opens the book and starts reading words, what they're meaning, and basically everything. And Hiruzen just like got on the, or just like went, or got to their house, aka where Naruto is. And as Hiruzen is like going through the door, just basically he finished paperwork, Hiruzen hears this thud. Basically, this is Naruto falling, and Hiruzen knows that Naruto's like the only one here, and Hiruzen just runs for Naruto, because he doesn't know that he's fine, or he doesn't know what happened to him. And when he gets there, he just sees Naruto reading a book, and Hiruzen says, "Naruto, what are you doing here?" Kind of like in a playful manner, because he doesn't know, or he doesn't think that Naruto knows the language yet. And Naruto says, reading a book, and he was just like, what? Okay, wait, Naruto? You can talk. Yes, grandfather. I learned how to talk in the book over there. Naruto just points the in the book on top of the table, and I'm learning more words now. Okay, bye, Gigi. I will learn some new words now. And Naruto just grabs the dictionary, which is like as big as him, maybe like a head shorter than him. And Naruto just carries it on his back and goes to like his crib. Not like the crib for the babies, not like crib like kind of place. Yeah, Naruto goes to his crib and just sits there and reads the dictionary. And Hiruzen is just like looking at Naruto like he's kind of like a ghost basically, because he's 2 years old and he already knows the language. I would be shocked like if any baby knows how to talk in 3 years old. Another around too. I really don't know, but yeah. So Naruto just reads the book or gets new words in his vocabulary for the next 2 hours, and he just falls asleep. And Hiruzen was just there, like staring at him, like, how the hell is this kid reading or talking at the age of 2? He can even walk now? What the hell? I'm getting too old for this. But we know that's not true because Hiruzen will still be Hokage for the next like 10 years or so. So Naruto will be doing that or just learning vocabulary or words from the dictionary for the next, I'm gonna say 2 weeks, because it's a pretty big book. And Naruto knows like basically every word in the dictionary, kind of like the I don't know the name of the movie, but yeah, whatever. So Naruto finished the dictionary in 2 weeks, and he knows a lot of vocabulary now. He knows the word jutsu, sealing, basically every important words and non-important or just neutral words from like the Naruto verse. And Naruto, after those 2 weeks are done, Naruto just walks or goes back to the library, and he sees there a book on how to activate his chakra. And Naruto just tries to go up there, and it's like the second shelf, and Naruto like can't reach it because it's too high above. And Naruto is still 2, mind you, he's still 2 years old. So yeah, Naruto stacks up a bunch of book and just walks on it like a stair, and gets the book again, and gets the book on how to unlock his chakra. So Naruto goes back. After that, Naruto goes back to his crib and lays down and starts reading the book. And Naruto, Naruto unlocks the chakra in 4 hours. Yeah. So Naruto finishes the book, and he knows how to try to unlock his chakra. And after those 2 hours of reading, Naruto spends 2 hours just trying to unlock his chakra. So after Naruto trying to unlock his chakra for 2 hours, he does unlock his chakra, and there's like a note or a page specifically on things how to basically control said chakra. And Naruto just finds that book because it's kind of like, if you finish this book, go to this book to know how to control the chakra. That kind of like note in the final page. So Naruto goes back to the library and finds the book, and fortunately the book is just like right next to the how to unlock the chakra. Naruto just gets that, goes back to his crib, and just starts doing chakra control exercises, just like normal chakra control exercises for someone. And yeah, Naruto just does that for the next 3 days, and the third Hokage doesn't really mind this because he just saw Naruto at the age of 2 walk and talk. I don't. Yeah, whatever. So Naruto just like does the basics for chakra control or chakra controlling for the next 2 years. So Naruto is now 4. And one thing that will change is Naruto will not be branded or will not get known as the Jinchuriki of the Ninetales or the Demon Brat, because Danzo specifically knows that Naruto is the great grandson of the second Hokage, aka Tobirama Senju, and Danzo made a promise to Tobirama Senju that to protect his family from the shadows, aka Naruto. And Danzo has been sending like 1 or 2 Anbu to basically check on Naruto now and then in those 2 years. Well, yeah. And they're reporting that Naruto, at the age of 2, knows how to talk and walk. And Danzo is like shocked at this because who wouldn't? Yeah, like who wouldn't like know? Who wouldn't like be shocked that a 2-year-old can walk and talk? And Danzo just like brushes it off and just like protects Naruto from the shadows. So after those 2 years, yeah, Naruto knows how to control his chakra, and his chakra control for a 4-year-old is now, I'm gonna say, Chunin level chakra control. That's a lot for a 4-year-old because yeah, he's OP while not being OP at the same time. He doesn't know any jutsus or any basically any jutsus, but he knows how to control chakra. Kind of like Tsunade's chakra enhanced sponge, but he's 4 years old. So Naruto goes to Gigi or third Hokage to basically ask if he could get some jutsus, and Gigi says yes. And for plot convenience, Naruto gets the scroll of sealing, and Gigi gives him the shadow clone jutsu because he's a Uzumaki. Remember, he's still an Uzumaki, and he still has like Kage level chakra when he's 17 or 18. I think. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, Naruto learns the Shadow Clone Jutsu in 2 hours because he's OP and he's still 4. So Naruto makes a clone and just dispels it, and in his head, Naruto notices that he got a different perspective of himself, if that makes sense. And so basically, Naruto just comes up with a solution or the hypothesis that shadow clones give the user their memories back. And Naruto tells this to the Hokage, and Hokage just has this like grim face, kind of, and he just like slaps his head, kind of like I'm an idiot kind of way. And the third Hokage says, why didn't I think of this? And the third Hokage just makes 3 shadow clones to basically do the paperwork for him. So yeah, Naruto goes back to his crib with the third Hokage, not the 4th. So yeah, Naruto just like does some training. The shadow clones do like a couple of chakra control exercises, and the third Hokage gives Naruto a chakra paper to basically them to know what kind of chakra element or elemental manipulation thing that he has. And Naruto will have water, earth, and lightning. So Naruto has 3 chakra natures. So Naruto gets given by the third Hokage some exercises to basically control or get some groundwork to basically get chakra manipulation down for lightning. So Naruto's main chakra affinity is lightning. So Naruto like does some exercises with whatever. So Naruto makes 10 shadow clones to do the exercises, while the real Naruto just does some training or some like push-ups to basically up his body or his stamina and all that stuff. And Naruto just keeps doing that for a year. Naruto does some push-ups. Basically, he has tuning level speeds now. He's 5 years old. And Naruto knows how to manipulate chakra to basically he can split or basically eradicate, or basically he knows how to manipulate earth, water, and lightning chakra. In that year, and Naruto knows some taijutsu from Guy. He gets like he has like Genin level taijutsu because he's still 5. And after that 1 year of Naruto getting taijutsu from Guy, learning how to manipulate water, lightning, and earth chakra, and Naruto after those 1 year gets some jutsus or skulls from the third Hokage to basically get some jutsus down, and it's going to be some D and C rank jutsus, the basics for the Hokage, the academy, and some C rank jutsus. He's gonna learn that in the next 2 months. So Naruto will have substitution, transformation, shadow clones. He already has that, but basically that will act as the clone jutsu. Naruto has I think this is an OC jutsu of mine. I don't really know. I'm gonna call it lightning bolt. Basically, it's kind of like the lightning style from the clap arrow, but it's like a lightning bolt, and Naruto can like throw it at high speeds. And if Naruto just times this right, at the last moment of Naruto like going to throw the thing, if Naruto like pushes a bit of chakra in his hand, it's kind of like gonna get this kind of boost of speed. So Naruto has that in his arsenal of lightning style jutsus. And water style, he has water wave, not water shock wave, just water wave. And Naruto has like has Tobirama level control, or basically affinity to water. But Naruto just has a little bit more, or a little bit basically a more affinity, or more of a bigger affinity to lightning. But Naruto still has a big affinity for someone normal, for water. Yeah, water. And for Earth, Naruto learns the Headhunter Jutsu and the Mud Wall. But this is where I'm gonna leave it off. Like and subscribe for the next part. If you're anime, what if suggestions down below. And yeah, peace.